The key thing is to get a good founding in the basics. You've really got to have good literacy, good writing skills, good mathematical and basic science skills. If you've got a passion about something, develop expertise in it, and then from that you can then develop all sorts of other capabilities. But you've got to have a core capability of some kind that you can then build other things off.
They need to have core competencies, which mean that they need to be able to adapt to new things rapidly. They need to be a good learner, lifelong learners, a good team working, and also they have to be able to commit themselves and have a self-discipline.
You need to develop an individual with the ability to become a good sort of corporate citizen. He has to have the skills that are necessary to be able to contribute to society in a much holistic way.
So I think really the most important thing that individuals need to do is to be open to learning. And it's a bit of a cliche, but I think learning to learn, to be curious about things, to be focused on what can be done to improve things.
That there are certain fundamental hard skills, so to speak. And one of them is the ability to use infocom technologies, whether it is for productivity or for communication or for handling of clients. So the ability to use ICT cuts across all the trade areas, and it has become a fundamental and expected hard skills that our graduates are expected to have.
I think really, it's a very sort of context-specific issue. In developed economies, I think, we always look at this issue of the soft skills and flexibility and this, adaptability, innovation, leadership, this kind of thing. It's important. In developing economies, there's still a lot of room for kind of more traditional type of skills as well, strong technical skills alongside these other soft skills as well.
So I guess one thing is the importance of the trainers and teachers in TVET institutions and within companies. Perhaps they have often been neglected in policy areas in many countries, and so that would be one area I think there should be focus on, helping them to gain initial skills in teaching and training, and also to update their skills and incorporate new technologies in their own delivery of training.
Most of the young workers need job, and for which technical and vocational training is very much required. We from the HMS have suggested the Government of India to integrate the skill development course in the school level curriculum.
We have, for example, identified that the skill policies do not have to focus mainly on supply, albeit it's very important, but also that there are new avenues that's looking at the demand side from the workplace perspectives, that there are new opportunities opening up to formulate skill policies.
The government of Indonesia is seriously to implement improving the access and also the quality of vocational training. We will give more access of the people for those who are still looking the job, but also those who wants to upgrade their life to be more better career, better job. We will also enhance our capability of vocational training center by implementing ICT into our vocational training center.
One of the main challenges is that there is no communication between the education providers and the employers. Employers need to mainstream their issues into the education arena to allow the educationists to be able to put together programs and skills necessary for the future.
Currently,
Many skill development systems in our countries, in our region in particular, tend to be supply driven, government owned and government financed, and therefore government driven. However, who's going to drive the industrial changes, the technological changes? It is industry, not government. Therefore, skill ecosystem, governments must recognize, they must begin to back off from defining, driving and overly financing skill development systems. If, on the other hand, industry was more forthcoming, then this transition can be smooth.
Not government, also the employer and also worker, all together to sit together and to try to make the suitable and make the very effective program, so that you can train to give the skill, prepare skill for the worker.